Right, this is my scuttle bucket. I generally use these. You can actually get liners for them, and I like to use the liners because it saves me time washing out if I'm using 2 or 3 different colours and having 3 or 4 buckets on go. So I just normally get the liners. They're really cheap. I think you get a pack of 10. I think they're no more than £5, so they are really cheap. And all you do is you put your liner in and then you just pour your paint in. So I've actually run out of liners, obviously today, out of all days, so I'm going to put so much of my paint in, and then I'm going to leave so much in my pot so I can use it as, it's just basically just so I can hold it. It's got a decent handle on it and I can use it to cut in, so I'm not holding the great big scuttle bucket up in air, so it just makes it lighter. I'm using a 2-inch brush to do my cutting in and to come down this side. Everybody's got their own techniques and you will find your own, the easiest way for you to do it. I generally start with a 2-inch and I've always got an 1/2 inch to the side so I can swap over. So before I move anywhere, I'm going to put my scuttle on the floor, because if that falls over, you've got paint everywhere. I'm going to start over on this wall first. I'm going to come into this corner, so I'm going to move my little box over and all ceilings are different heights in rooms, so this has got coving up, so it makes it a little bit lower and it isn't a really high ceiling, so I can get it actually off a small box as opposed to using ladders. So I'm just going to get up onto the top, so I'm going to come down, go gently up at the top and come slightly over onto that side, and always make sure you go up and down, because what it does is it actually fills in everywhere. So if you just come down, you'll see little pieces that you've missed, like coming down this side. So ideally you do an up and down stroke on it. So now, as you can see where my tape is on the bottom, all I'll do is I'll just come straight across. I'm not having to be really careful with it because I've taped it up. Obviously you're not going to try and paint as much of it as you can. You're just going to try and do it steady. For cutting in at the top, you paint, once you've got it on your paintbrush, you take the biggest majority of it back off. You don't want too much because you've got to move it across. You can actually tape it on the top, but I just generally come straight across. I get pretty close first and then I'll move it back out a little bit and then come back over. But as you can see where you've got your little brush lines, so that's telling me that it will need another coat of cutting in, but you won't have to be as gentle with it, because you've actually, hopefully you've got your line straight. So that's your cutting in on your top. Obviously over this side here it will be recutting again, so I'm not majorly bothered about that at the moment. So I'm just going to come across this side again. When you're cutting in, just nice and steady, there's no rush, and if you're coming across, you're just coming across like that, and do it so that you can actually see your brush, where the top of your brush is. I can see where my brush ends there, so that's how I do it. Everybody's got their own way. But now I'm going to come back and come back over that way. So as you can see, I'm not going too close to it to start with, just come across. The reason why I'm doing my cutting in first is, and I'll just do this one wall first and then I'll start rollering. I'll roller this one wall. Some people actually do the old Roman cutting in. It just depends how you want to do it. I just find it easier so that when I'm rolling it up, this is still wet, so I can blend it into it, ideally. I've just caught it just slightly above there, and I've just caught it on the ceiling. So what I've done now is make sure you've got a cloth nearby and just give it a wipe off. The cloth is only slightly damp, it's not really wet. So if you just got a cloth near you, if you don't like your ceilings or your walls, if it's silk you can give it a quick wipe over. If it's matte, get something dry, really dry, otherwise you're just going to spread the paint into it. I'll just show you another thing that we've got as well. We've got a straight edge. This is a trim edge. What we're going to do is a bit more paint on, and you just put it up to your line like that, and all you're going to do is you're just going to come across. You've got all these little tools and they all work in different ways. So you just got it up there like that again, push it onto it. And that's it. So it's your preference, whichever you prefer. If you do start getting a bit too much paint on here, you can just get some tissue and just wipe the back and it'll come across, but just be careful. It isn't razor blade sharp, but it may give you a little nip if you're going to come straight across with your hands. And you can come down your sides like that. So it's just with this door frame not being actually dead level and flat at wall, it may be just a little bit harder to get a nice straight line, but we'll just demonstrate that. And there, that's how quick and simple it is. So same again, you're just going to put it there, just come straight down, and it's just getting into the routine a bit. But obviously you wouldn't have tape on it if you're going to use this, but that's just a demonstration to show you what you can do with it. So as you can see, the cutting is done virtually across there now. I'm just going to come across the bottom and sort that out. So thanks for watching this part of my video on cutting in. If you watch the one shortly after, you'll see me rolling in and taking your fruit roller in. Thank you.